Welcome back, ladies, to Sister Land Investors. I'm so excited you're here. Today, we're going to discuss how women build wealth through private lending. Are you ready? We're going to dive right into it. I know a lot of you want to not do too much work, but lend your money, let the money work for you. Become the bank. If you're new, I'm Elizabeth at Sister Land Investors, the show where ambitious women rewrite the wealth rules, reclaim their time and financial freedom. Most of us are mom investors here, and I'm so excited to get started. Today's episode is a game changer. We're diving into something that most women are not taught. They have never been shown and certainly never encouraged to believe that you can become the bank. Ladies, you do not need Wall Street and you don't need approval. You just need to set your mind and know exactly what you want and go after it. You do not need permission. All you need is financial awareness, confidence, and the willingness to step into your power as a woman investor. All of you here are very wise, intelligent ladies. If you ever thought, I wish my money could work harder for me, this is your episode today. Today's episode is your wake up call. Let's get right into it. So what does it mean to become the bank or a private lending? Private lending is simple. I'll go into it. Someone needs money. Another lady in our community, someone needs some money to buy a real estate or property, and you lend it. They pay you back with interest. That is it. They pay you back with interest. That is what banks do this every single day. You go deposit your checks or your money, and then they lend that money out at a percentage. They don't guess. They don't hope. They do not chase trends. They lend and collect payments secured by real assets. It could be your home, it could be your auto, it could be another property. When you become the lender, you step into the same power as a bank. You are no longer borrowing. So you're not the borrower, you're the one that's doing the lending. And this is where most of you ladies were asking me, like, how do I do it? Where do I get started? You are the one that creates the terms. In the other podcast, I said, this is the beauty. You could design it any way you want. You're the source of money, or you know someone with money, and you lend it out with an interest rate. You set the terms, the length of time, how much interest they're going to pay, and what is the asset that's going to be on the lien on that loan. You ladies decide the payback period. It could be 3 years, it could be 5 years. Again, banks could do it for 15, 30. Now they're extending it to 15 years. It is very clean, it's very predictable and ethical, empowering. And guess who is exceptional at this as women? We're great at doing this because we're intuitive. Let's get into why women outperform in relationship based lending. Most private lending in real estate happens through relationships. We all know that. It's a relationship with the seller, with the buyer, with the brokers, with the agents, attorneys, and referrals, conversations. There's so much going on. There's a dynamic. It's not corporate contracts. Women thrive here because, let me tell you why as women thrive here. We thrive. Number one, we can read people well. We are natural, I guess I would say, strong BS detectors. Who would agree? I want to see a raise of hands. We can pick up on the tone. We can sense the energy and micro shifts that most men oversee all this. But we pick it up as soon as we walk into the room. When you walk in the room, you just know that girl is good at getting what she wants, or she's a little hesitant, or she's not telling me the truth. You could, for the most part, you can pick it up. I'm not always 100% right. Number two, ladies, we prioritize trust and clarity. Women lend to women they know, they respect, and can actually communicate with. And this is true. Most of the women that have lent us or I have lent to others have been people that I know that I've worked with. But I'm just saying, as women, we're more keen to picking up on those. Use your sixth sense, motherly intuition for something good, to get money back in return, to make that money work. It's a win-win. You help them and you help yourself because the money is working for you. We tend to think long term. Number three, we think long term. We care about stability, sustainability, and of course, safety, exactly what private lending requires. So we do make sure that it's safe for us. And again, we teach you all this in our book, in our blueprint. Make sure you go get the book. If you haven't, you could always reach out to us. We like to review, but yes, making sure that the money you lend is protected by an asset that's worth more than what you're lending is crucial. Number four, we don't chase ego-driven deals like most men do. We choose consistent returns over flashy risk taking. And guess what? Lenders who follow those four traits outperform. This is why women, private lenders, rarely end up in disastrous scenarios because they are naturally wired to approach money with care, due diligence, and intuition. How private lending actually works. Let's break it down step by step. Step one, ladies, you're lending money to real estate investors or land buyers. In this arena here in this community, we lend to a lot of land purchasers, land flippers, land developers, land farm ranches, etc. So we focus just on the raw land. What they do with the land, if they want to develop it, etc., that's up to them. We must stay focused in just one little niche. And again, expanding is great. You could do that later once you start growing and learning. But you have to know your little niche on where you want to lend. And land is very safe because you know what's out there. You know how much an acre is, and you could lend around the same, again, with terms and interest. And then you back up your loan with that piece of land, that real estate. Or if they have other properties, you could back it up with that. Could lend to fix and flippers, land investors, land developers, mom and pop buyers that are purchasing rural land. Step two, you charge interest. It could be anywhere from 8 to 15, maybe even 20%, sometimes more. Let me give you a quick example. You lend $40,000, 12% interest for 12 months. That could be $400 a month on interest only, or $4,800 in a year of interest only, doing nothing but just being a bank. Isn't that amazing, ladies? I want to know who is ready to jump on this. And if you do it once, that's great. If you do it twice, that's great. So you want to lend here and there, 40 here, 30 there. Ladies, you secure your loan with an asset, any type of real estate. I like the land. If they do not pay, you don't have to chase. You don't beg, you don't need drama, you just take the asset. Women, you take the asset, it's yours. Women love this part because it makes lending feel grounded, predictable, and fair. Step four, you get paid back on a schedule, either monthly, quarterly, or a lump sum when the term is over. It's up to you. This is the beauty. You can set it up. This is the beauty about private lending. You could do it however you want. Monthly's good. They could just pay the interest. And once they turn around and sell it, or if they decide to keep it and get another loan somewhere else, they could turn around and pay you, or they could pay you off. Again, you can schedule it monthly, quarterly, or a lump sum at the end of the term. Step five, you rinse and repeat. Don't stop. Continue doing it. It becomes fun because once you do your first loan successfully, you will want to do it again. Why didn't I start sooner? You'll ask yourself. That's exactly what I said to myself and my family. I should have been doing this long time ago. It's easy, it's fun, and it is secured. Again, ladies, those four steps, repeat them over and over. Once you start repeating it over and over, that's how you become the bank. You lend your money, make it work for you. You don't have to do much. Just let it work for you. Part four, using what you already have. Dormant money. You don't need much money. You have money that's just sleeping there doing nothing for you. A lot of women think, again, when many of you ask, like, where do I get this money? I don't have enough money to be the bank. We call it the dormant money. You have money. You can start lending with money that you have just sitting in the bank doing nothing. Most of you do. It's sitting doing nothing. It's not working for you. Dormant saving, cash sitting in your checkings or savings account making 0.01%. You could also get a HELOC. You borrow at 5 to 8%, and then you turn around and lend it at 10 to 12%. You pocket the spread, cash flow from your lending notes. Some of you have cash flow from your land notes. If you're financing, these are big in our community. If your land notes bring you $1,000 a month, that is capital you have. That's capital flow you can lend on. Also, many you're already investing but barely growing. For example, CDs, bonds, all retirement accounts. What if you reposition them just at 10% of that into private lending? It's small, it's safe, high yield moves, and it compounds pretty quickly, ladies. Part 5, how to structure safe, smart deals. Are you ready to learn how to do this? Here's where wealth becomes wisdom. How we structure it is all about being safe and learning what a good deal is. Always get collateral. Always, always. Don't just lend because you know them and you know that they're good people. Always get collateral. Family, friends, associates, always make sure, ladies, that you get some type of collateral. I like real estate. That's how we lend. We lend in our community all the time, but we back it up with real estate. You do too. And again, ladies, if you need help with that, we're more than happy to help you. We have attorneys, we have brokers, everyone to get your paperwork in place. Make sure you DM us. But yes, number one, you always get collateral for land deals. The loan is secured by the land. In our community, we secure all our loans with a land asset or other real estate, recorded and protected, and there's a lien on this property. You can see it. They can't turn around and try to sell it without paying you off. So make sure you're secure. Number 2, keep your loan to value low. You want to keep the land to value low. For example, the ideal is 50, 65 percentage of property value, typically. That means if they default, you gain. This is the beauty. This is what the banks do. You need to do it as well. So if they default, and again, you can set up the terms, talk to your attorney. We have great attorneys that work with us. If they default, you are protected with land asset. Number 3, use clear written agreement. Always, always, always make sure it's written, everything, the loan amount, the terms, the interest, what it's backed up by, all of that. Again, your attorney will help you draft all this up. This is extremely important for every single one of you. Do not just give the money to another woman or men or someone on the internet because you feel like you know them. No, make sure you do a wire transfer. And I have to say this over and over because I hear so much out there. You make sure you give the money to the title company or to a real estate attorney that's doing everything for the closing of that property. So a promissory note, a deed of trust or mortgage, payment schedules, and nothing verbal. You can discuss it verbally, but everything must be written down in your agreement. It's extremely simple, but yet some people just hand over 100,000 and you're like, no, 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 I don't want it. You send it to the title. This is how we do it. There's a lot of education involved, but it's extremely easy and you don't want to go wrong on this. Make sure you DM us if you need more information. Number 4, control the money. This is what we want. We want to be the banks. We want to control the money. You wire the funds to the title at closing. Again, you don't wire your funds to the person purchasing the property or to your friend that you're lending or another lady in our community. Never send it to someone else. You always send it to the title company with that agreement that you signed and they signed, not to the borrower directly. You don't lend the money out to them. Again, control your money. You work hard for it. You make sure your money works for you. Make sure that everything's written down. And I have to say it over and over because I've heard a lot of stories out there where people just give their money to a random person believing that they got a loan for the property and they take off with the money and they never see the person or the money or the asset. So make sure you do everything through title. Number 5, know the exit strategy. This is huge. How will they pay you? How will they pay you back? We have to know this, ladies. Sell, refinance, income. If they can't tell you, you don't lend. So again, if they can't tell you, I'm going to sell this, I'm going to refinance this is how I'm going to pay you back in case XYZ doesn't go the way that I expected it to go, then they have to have other sources of ways they're going to pay you back. So get that clear, get it in writing as well. Again, if they can't say how they're going to pay you back, don't lend. I know it's sad because we want to help other women, other females out there, moms, professional women, but they have to know how they're going to pay you back. Finally, start small. I love to say this because this is where I get caught up a lot in everything I do. I want to like devour the whole thing by myself, but no, start small. Connect with other women, connect with other investors. Again, they don't have to be women. I say women a lot because I didn't see a lot of women doing what I'm doing. And so I want to motivate other women that yes, it's possible. Yes, you could do it and you could do it great. But at the same time, we work with a lot of male that I've learned a lot from male. So make sure you don't just narrow your niche to females. Communicate with real estate attorneys. A lot of my real estate attorneys are males. If there's a woman out there, I want to know. DM me because I would love to work with you. Start small. Your first deal might be just 20K or 10K or 5K, whatever it is. Start small. But start today. Become the bank today. Don't overthink it. Your second deal, you could scale up 50K maybe. Soon you'll be doing 100K in your sleep. And why not? Because it becomes normal. It becomes kind of like blinking or your regular work. It just becomes normal. And you want to start small so you can learn all the little due diligence that you have to go through. And then you build up next loan 50, 100, 200, 500, a million. But start small. Get to know what it is the same way that you do everything. Why? Because it becomes normal, it becomes comfortable, and it becomes predictable. Private lending turns you into the bank, ladies. That's what you want to become. And the bank never works for money. It works for, okay. And the final part that I absolutely love is the core mindset shift that we all have to do as women investors. Say this with me, ladies. My money should work harder than I do. My money does work harder than I do. You don't have to hustle for interest. You don't have to chase returns. You don't gamble. You structure your wealth. Women are builders, protectors, strategists, and nothing aligns more with feminine financial power than creative, passive, secured streams of income. Ladies, if you've heard me say this before, Wall Street is not your only option. Banks are not smarter than you. You are allowed to become the source. Private lending is not risky when it's done with education, structure, and community. If you're ready to learn the frameworks to lend safely, scale confidently, and step fully into your financial authority, join our land investing community. Follow us. Ask questions. We're happy to help. Purchase a book if you want to start learning how to buy land. We teach you how to evaluate safe borrowers, structure your notes, and use land as collateral. How to create your own banking system. Wealthy women do not wait for opportunities. We create them. And you have to start creating, even if it's small. Start now, start today. Thank you for spending time with me today, ladies. It's been a pleasure. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with another powerful woman who needs this message to make money work for them. See you on the next episode. Until next time, remember, you are the bank. You are the asset and your money works for you. Bye, ladies. Till next time. See you soon.